I think people should read it, which argues that classical Greek culture is heavily indebted to Afro-Asiatic and Near Eastern roots. I actually taught Greek mythology to 8th graders, and so I covered this. So people that are saying that Helen of Troy could not possibly be played by a black woman don't know history.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything.
Without a doubt, Christopher Nolan is the king of Hollywood. He's not only its most notable director, he's the last movie star. The only guy in Tinseltown who can consistently put butts in seats on his name alone. And there's no better proof of that than Oppenheimer, a 3-hour biopic where a bunch of it's in black and white. People are just sitting around and talking, and it almost made $1 billion in one award.
You notice too, yeah, the same groups. It's a different character throughout history every so often. It was Jesus one time. Could Jesus have been black? Right. Grow the fuck up, people. These idiots just need something to fill their airspace with, as opposed to the facts that they don't want to look at. Sick fucks.
At home and you constantly have to have your finger on the volume button. And no, it's not because of some of the questionable science in Interstellar or the questionable quality of The Dark Knight Rises. And listen, there's no question that movie's terrible, because despite all of those things, Nolan movies make a lot of money, and he's got the biggest and most enthusiastic fan base I have ever seen for a director, and yes, I'm including Steven Spielberg from the 80s. Now, occasionally, they can make a Snyder Bros sound reasonable because they're passionate. That's why, to say the least, it's a bit odd with The Odyssey that Christopher Nolan, the big daddy of Hollywood, is playing the Hollywood game when he doesn't need to. People used to joke that Christopher Nolan could probably use a real atom bomb in Oppenheimer, and the truth is, if he really wanted one, they would find a way. So when some of the questionable casting of The Odyssey was announced, Christopher Nolan got something that he earned but Hollywood doesn't deserve, the benefit of the doubt. And let's face it, most of the casting is pretty good. Now, Matt Damon isn't anyone's first choice for Odysseus, but he's not bad. Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, Anne Hathaway, John Bernthal, Mia Goth, James Remar, and even Charlize Theron, because the more time she spends on a set filming a movie, the less time she spends adopting children and changing them. But after that, it gets pretty bad. Let's face it, when people are overlooking Zendaya playing Athena, you know you're in trouble. I don't have anything against Zendaya, and I don't think she's as bad as Pedro Pascal. I am just curious as to why she gets cast in so many productions when she has the acting range of Tessa Thompson. Then there's John Leguizamo, who has consistently argued that Latinos should play Latino roles. By that logic, he shouldn't be playing AMS unless my geography's bad and Colombia is located in the Aegean Sea. Of course, there's rapper Travis Scott, who I'm totally familiar with, who was cast as the Bard, where Christopher Nolan said, I cast him because I wanted to nod towards the idea that this story has been handed down.
Travis Scott.
He's a bard?
That is absolutely too far.
You know what a bard is? Don't they play music?
What the hell?
Just a random assortment of superstars to sell the movie, in my personal opinion, based on what I'm hearing from this casting. A-lister, 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 A-lister.
Of course, there's rapper Travis Scott, who I'm totally familiar with, who was cast as the Bard, where Christopher Nolan said, I cast him because I wanted to nod towards the idea that this story has been handed down as oral poetry, which is analogous to rap.
Is it though?
If that's the case, I almost wish I was going to be around in a couple of thousand years as people pass on the oral history of Babies Got Back. Anyway, I think Asmongold has a better and more savage alternative casting for Travis Scott.
Maybe he should have cast Travis Scott as Hades. That way he could send people to the underworld like he did with Astroworld.
8 people in the crowd.
Oh no! Then we get to what may or may not be the worst of the casting. It has been rumored for months that Lupita Nyong'o is playing Helen of Troy, and just a couple of days ago, it was confirmed. The face that launched 1,000 ships, and the face that was behind Will Smith right after he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock at the Oscars.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to.
A decision that has earned the label the odd DEIC, and it's got everyone scratching their head and asking Christopher Nolan, what the fuck are you doing? The man known for grounding things even with the wildest concepts. The guy committed to realism and technical craftsmanship goes full Netflix. From the same global entertainment industry that gave us Black Cleopatra, Black Little Mermaid, Black Anne Boleyn, Latina Snow White, Black Female Dwarves, Black Elves, Black Female Viking Queen, Jarl Hackett, and Black Snake. We get Black Helen of Troy, who is originally from Sparta. And I would expect this from the rest of Hollywood, but not from Chris Nolan. And that's why the rumor of Paige playing the ghost of Achilles, something that a lot of people thought was preposterous a few days ago, has now become believable. And the memes have been glorious. This is hilarious.
Had enough of this one yet? Who am I calling idiots? I meant the ones on The View, not the cartoon.
This shit is unbelievable. It's actually
Yeah, you should know better. You just wanted to clarify that for class. So, okay. Yeah, I had enough of that. How fucking ridiculous. Just ridiculous. What the fuck are these people doing? I can't even believe the whole Netflix movies. I can't believe they still make or do and spend so much money on half the shit they do. Not to talk about, you know, all the traveling around and locations that they go to. Well, a lot of them have stationed studios. Yeah, you don't want to be putting certain people out into certain locations. Yeah. You notice that? Right, notice how they pick certain locations sometimes. Just to try to make ties and associations. For whatever reason. It's interesting. But yeah, fucking idiots. Filling the airspace with whatever. It could have been black and white. Who cares? It could have been Chinese, huh? Oh, wow. A bunch of mixed mutts, aren't we? You're a purebred? Okay. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? People fucking amaze me with how stupid they are, really. Yeah, so yeah, The View, these people over the years, think about the associations and what's been going on. The drug trafficking lines. Remember Roseanne? Remember when Sarah Gilbert was on there? I know, we're showing you the drug trafficking lines directly connected. Yeah, Oprah, Rogan. I know, we were showing you. We were trying to be cool about it, and those people didn't want to look at the facts either. They were more so jumping in on the targeting of innocent people and going along with a lot of the fear propaganda and mockery and accentuating a lot of the horrible things people were trying to stop, thinking it was funny. That's just the way we grew up, man. It's what we do. It's our jobs. I know, I love it too. And then the same fucking people that want to run their fucking mouths and say, yeah, you talk shit, you get fucking beat up, that's how it goes. Yeah, you run your mouth, you get fucking smacked the fuck up, that's how it goes, right, Mr. Rogan? Yeah, and then those same people go around with their little comedian shows. You notice how they're into the comedy, fighting, fear factor. Think about it. Wake the fuck up. Yeah, then look at who they're with around and the activism and bullshit they're connected to. It doesn't take that long. Yeah, to each their own. They can go ahead and carry on with all that nasty shit all the fuck they want. But you want to stay silent and protect certain things and then peddle fear propaganda and more chaos into our communities? Yeah, we got a fucking problem with that. And we're going to call it out. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to call it out. And then they have a problem with that, and then they send people after people calling it out. Right, but they got to give them, they got to make it as they deserve it. They dig up shit on them. Sometimes they fuck with them and haze them for years. So when they send people in to get them, they'll say, look, people are very concerned. Mental health. They're causing problems. They're upsetting people. And criminal history. Karen. It's Karen. Okay. Yeah, you're dealing with a lot of immature, druggy, entitled, spoiled brats. Right, but it's interesting, those same people that say that shit, you're gonna get smacked up if you say shit. Huh. Aren't they the ones going around complaining how when people get upset about some of the things they say, oh, get over it, we're comedians. Right? Okay. Yeah, you're bringing all your political nasty bullshit that people are trying to stop into the comedy shows now. There's freedom of speech. We're going to Germany to do our shows. Switzerland, race our cars. You guys are queer. Right, they're really immature fucking nasty people is all I'm telling you. I know, you can go from zero to hero real quick by acknowledging what's real, man, but you want to stay in fucking La La Land, you go right ahead, everybody's watching. And just remember, we tried to be nice. And remember all the communications we sent you, telling you point blank what the fuck was going on. Wanted to ignore it. Conspiracy. They're gonna make you eat maggots. You nasty fucks. What the hell is the matter with you people? For real. And the targeting of innocent people to teach them a lesson. Shut them up. Right, I know. They got you making you think we deserve it, right? Why? Why would they do that? I know, and then when we show you why, exactly why, make sense of it for you. They never like to look at the common sense. They like to leave it as some kind of, mystery and peddle fear propaganda to all the different audiences. Sick fucks. Who built the pyramids? So you got a problem with me calling you a sick fuck? That's exactly what you are. Yeah, we're dead mothers, and our children are in the hands of sick, murderous, fucking punk pedophiles who feed child and animal pornography to you and your friends that you guys sit around watching all day, passing around to your little activist friends and sponsors, investigators, journalists, feeders, chasers. It's insane how bad this has gotten. It was already really bad, even before when we were trying to tell you. Now they're putting it on, the new microchip transportation. Right, well, that ad actually been being done for years. It was just, it had hit another level, like from billy clubs to tasers. It's not that hard to understand. Yeah, what's hard is getting people to report on the fucking facts. That's what's hard. So's my fucking head. Got a hard head, don't you? Just kind of becomes you, It becomes you. We try, not to be too resistant to what is. That's all. Go with the flow, as they say. Yeah, we're having a tea. What are you doing? Yeah, and it's just absolutely insane that people at that level, one day they're talking about this. I taught Greek pathology and eighth grade. Shut the fuck up. Maybe that's the problem. Have people around like you going around in our schools playing teacher so you can have it on your little list of things I've done, and then I can say it later on. Yeah, I did. Then they're fucking sitting here talking about a stupid fucking movie and as to whether or not one of the characters in history could have been white or black. Are you fucking kidding me? It's just, do you not see the fucking repeat? Passion of the Christ? Jesus could have been black. Cleopatra, Mary Magdalene. You're a bunch of fucking nasty pieces of shit. I hope the proper authorities here in Augusta, Maine bypass these sick fucking punk ass pieces of shit that don't want to acknowledge reality. They'll take it to their deathbeds, folks. Many of them already have. Many have already moved away. The worst offenders you're not going to find here is a bunch of fucking peddlers and pukes and nasty little entitled pieces of shit jumping in chairs. Hey, I'm doing something good. I'm doing something good. Bunch of nasty Hitlers. Any other questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions as to how we can help these children without breaking the law? Any suggestions as to how we can get you to help me help you? How can you report on the facts here? Are you scared?
Employee pricing for
You sick fuck?
Ford and Augusta. Right now, lease Maverick XL for $369.
There's nothing in here. Please, can I take my medicine? Can I use the bathroom?
He's literally asking for his medicine just as he's getting put in handcuffs. Please, can I take my
I've said this
medicine?
before, and I'll say it again. When it comes to road rage, the best rule.
Not funny. Sad. That's a young gentleman. 10, 15 years ago, he's probably a kid, huh? Teenager, young teenager, maybe younger. Oh, he looks like he might be, 20, 23? So 10, 15 years ago, right, getting medicated, these fucking psychos with their bullshit and fear propaganda, not educating, and putting those programs and education into the public school systems, which would have been way cheaper for some people. I know it would have lost you a lot of money. Guess everyone has to suffer to save you a buck. I know, insane. And it's just sad. And then you see this situation where, I mean, they're fucked, whatever they just did. Obviously, they're going to jail. But immediately, the cuffs aren't even clicked yet. He's getting put in cuffs. I need my medicine! I need my medicine! That is sad. A lot of people aren't looking at that young guy like, what a crazy psycho. What a crazy psycho. Yeah, get him his medication. Yeah, no, we're looking at how fucking sad it is he was brought up to believe that the medication is what it is. That helps him to control whatever emotions he was told he can't control. Absolutely fucking insane. So, yeah, it is really fucking sad and scary. Fucking nasty psychos.
Ever do it. But if you do decide to do it, pulling out a gun is the worst decision that you can possibly make, because if you do, you're going to get caught by the police and you're going to in the back of a police car and heading straight to jail. This is one of those.
49-42, you can take Roosevelt, see if you can phone. I'll be 30 West.
If you can take Roosevelt, I'm already bad at tempo.
You're welcome. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I want to talk about these in-progress type calls where an officer rolls code. When you hear lights and siren, everyone knows that you should pull to the right side of the road and give the officer the lane. It gets confusing, I get it. When I hear siren, sometimes I don't know the direction they come from. It's really interesting to observe what people end up doing when an officer's rolling code, because there's a lot of things that the officer has to think about while en route, because things change, directions change, getting more description of the suspect. Important stuff. The code run looks really, really clean. Listen, never saying you can't assist if you don't arrive. That's why a reckless code run is definitely not helpful to anyone involved. That's why I love when I see these clean code runs. So now you see he's shut down here and he's now stopping at the red light and stuff. So he may be in the area of where the suspect is in this road rage situation with the firearm. It's interesting when you think about when you're going to shut down, because you don't want to alert the suspect. And it's good that he did this and that he has the presence of mind and high police IQ to know that we don't want to alert the suspect potentially, and we can just take our time at this point and listen.
Can I give you anything identifiable about the phone? Like a black vehicle, black one? It's brown, please.
Oh, you doing it? I think I stuck one up in that. Yeah. I remember that.
42, I'll be around this.
Did you find it?
Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Come out of the car. Come out of the car.
is very peculiar because he rolled code to the scene. The suspect potentially had a firearm and he goes head on. And then I looked and the officer did not have his firearm on him. What normal process would have been to come in behind, felony car stop position, on gun if we think the person has a gun. There may be another reason, I don't know, but he definitely didn't have his firearm drawn and he's head on with the suspect, which is not the normal practice.
Keep your hands up in the air. Come out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Do it now.
Okay, it's hard to see, but I think that he told the suspect to put the hands up in the air, and the trooper is standing to the left side of the screen. That alert tone, emergency traffic only in most jurisdictions. I believe it's the same in Arkansas.
10 more. We're wearing a black toboggan, gold tank, all black. Hey, check it out, man. The reason I'm up on you is because we got to call road rage. Describe this vehicle, okay? Okay, well, they specifically described this vehicle, same model, same color. The one male driver, black male.
I mentioned this, and I've seen this positioning of the Arkansas State Troopers. I believe that this probably is a position that they train in because I've seen many of them in that position, so I'm going to be pretty sure that they train in that position. I'd like to mention something. When the trooper was standing back here as he was approaching the vehicle, and he had the suspect with his hands up here, how quickly does it go to where a person could potentially be talking to the trooper and this quickly? I'm not even going fast. And this is not a real firearm. This is just a plastic little training firearm that I keep for different training reasons. And can the trooper engage the person that quickly? I didn't even go fast. Hands up.
Okay, you're good. We're gonna figure it out. It's not a big deal. You have any weapons in the vehicle? You don't have a gun at all on here? Okay. Okay, where's the gun at? Okay. Okay, it's no big deal. Check it out. Where's the gun at? Okay, cool.
I don't know if you caught that, but he first said no, there's no firearm, and now he's saying yes, there is a firearm in the glove box.
Hey, dude. Hey, get out of the car now. Get out of the car now. Because I told you to. Get out of the car. Do it now.
Oh. Yeah. So hey, just to finish up here. You news people, would you like to report, because you guys are promoting the Botox and stem cells quite a bit, which are completely useless and more harmful than helpful. I know, some of them claim it helps their wrinkles, helps your migraines. I know, notice how people were noticing the long-term effects, right? You have to keep getting the injections, and then if you don't, you get really, really wrinkly. It's bad. It looks bad. Yeah. No, like, have you seen someone who got Botox for years and then stopped? The wrinkling is way different and it's worse. It's bad. That's what I'm saying. It's just bad. Yeah, no, it's already been done. It's already been acknowledged. They just don't report on it. Right, because they've all been getting it and they promoted it to you. Remember all the sales teams going around with the marketers selling their jewelry and vacuums, Market America. I know. And now look at how they're all pushing out that fucking shit, dude. The Kamichi, the methylene blue, and the little EMF helps to protect you from the EMF frequencies. You just wear this device. I remember back in those days it was a little silver disc that you put on your cell phone. Yeah, a bunch of different of those sales companies are selling them. Yeah, and they got people buying a bunch of those. Isn't that stupid? It was a joke, too. I don't even think it was real. Like, she has the tumor shaped like the Motorola antenna in her brain. Oh no! How do we protect ourselves? Notice how no more antennas on phones. Remember those old Motorola phones? They had that little cone-shaped antenna. That lady got a brain tumor and it looked just like the fucking Motorola antenna. I know, they use that to sell their little fucking EMF things. You don't want this to happen to you, do you? Let me buy a whole box. I'll take some of that blue stuff too. And the Kamichi, what is it doing? Pretty much, you take some vinegar. Vinegar is known to help balance those bacterias. Apple cider vinegar with mother you want to get. Like the fermented stuff, like sauerkraut. That's probably why they figured out to pair hot dogs and sauerkraut, because it helps to kill some of the bacteria. No joke. They might have discovered it by accident. But no, we'll just bypass all the education about that. Buy this kimchi. Everybody's laughing at me. Kimchi. Kimchi. You know what I meant. Yeah, right? It gets old, doesn't it? These people are sick. It's not even funny. We can joke about it, but seriously, anyone listening, if you care about yourselves, humanity, the kids, you should be really concerned. This is so fucking sad. I know, and you see these situations, again, the class is talking about this one here. Yeah, they're watching Sergeant Kurt.
You're good.
You lost your mind. That's...
In custody. Some interesting things. The one trooper never ever drew his firearm, which is an interesting choice. His choice. It's not my position to tell him whether to have his firearm or not. My position of watching it, I know that if it's a felony car stop type situation where there's a firearm, you're going to get a lot of cops that are going to say they would have drawn down on that suspect. Interestingly enough, the backup trooper came up, and I chuckled a little bit because he fixed his cover and he pulled his firearm out really quickly and drew down on the suspect, and it was a really kind of cinematic form that he did it. This is something that I have to mention to people. Do not reach for your phone if you're being given commands by an officer to get out of the car. Don't reach for anything. You think that it's the benign phone that you're grabbing. To an officer, it looks like a dark object that can be anything. People have been shot with phones, with wallets, and lots of other things. Show your hands and follow the commands. Don't reach for your phone. Put your phone down. Okay, let me see my location.
See how quickly Sergeant Curtis just taught that to the class? Wow. So if that young gentleman had been taught that in whatever public school systems he was in, or the psycho adults maybe around him I know when they're surrounded by, you got state workers, they fuck with people, man, they over-medicate them, they put stuff in the parents' head, and you got to keep these kids in line, and it's just nothing but bullshit. Like, life seems to be completely eliminated from their forte, and they're just focused on drama and bullshit. I guess that's part of life, isn't it? Drama and bullshit. I guess what drama and bullshit is around you, right? That depends, right? Because there's food, right? Well, what do you got for food, right? I mean, some might make you go, and ooh, right? Depending on what's in your mind, man. What do you believe? Ooh, ooh. Cool. That's scary. That's stupid. That's childish. Oh, it's just so fucking stupid to us how ridiculous and widespread the fucking dumb, stupid ignorance has infested so many people. And now we have a whole generation of people that don't understand what Sergeant Curtis just said in a couple sentences that could have easily been being taught if they had promoted those programs. And nope, they didn't want to fucking do it because they didn't profit from it. They pushed out what they were going to profit from, which was the prescription drugs and the fear propaganda and ignoring the facts. It is really sad and scary. Right, and then when you have parents, you hear it all the time too, and people telling them, yeah, F the police, defund the police, and they're just upset they're not arresting people in their communities exposing their nasty shit. Right. So when you look at that and what a lot of these nasty, spoiled fucking brats have been doing in our communities, yeah, I mean, if you're not fucking somewhat concerned or care to want to get the facts put out there, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where to go with that. I guess so many are just not aware. They just expect the system and things are in play, in motion, and going to protect them. And right, and then you have these kind of situations where they think there's some kind of systems that are going to protect them. I got to send my location to my kids. I need my medication. Right? Location, medication. There's like 2 cops right there arresting you, putting cuffs on you. And they're just totally fucking gone. Maybe the medication is the problem. Yeah, we have come to find that's exactly what it is, and they never want to look at it. We were trying to show them this back in 2008 at the Maine Parent Federation and 7. Yeah, it doesn't take long. We only personally went into meetings with them twice, and that's all it took. But I mean, there are other people that go in and out of those things too, just like them in the state departments and how they do that. I know, it's like they think like it doesn't happen or exist, and it's like, no, it gets done just the same way you fucking do it. What, you think that we're too stupid? We don't know people or have any friends? I know, that's why we keep trying to remind them. We were put on the programs when we were 18, and we work with people all around the world, from the street to the penthouse. Doctors, lawyers, private investigators, retired law enforcement in training, rehabs, drug addicts, alcoholics, addicted to porn. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Fuck, dude. These people are fucking sick. And then when you see all the ones that seem to have these problems, you start making the connections with these sick fucks. How they love their drugs and dogs. when you see the businesses connected and you understand, look at the money they get for something like the training. They get like $60,000 a dog for some of those training programs. And then it gets a little less for support pets, because they don't need to be trained like a law enforcement dog. So it's different tiers, levels of training, funding, private. They have private ones, yeah. And as you can see, many of them have ulterior uses. They utilize those things for a lot of things. As you can see, most of them don't care about the fucking dogs or the turtles or the whales. They're doing other things. But there's a lot of people on the boat who think that they're really saving the whales or helping the dogs. Where in reality, they could give two fucks about the whale, the dogs, or the turtle. Fucking, they'd kill them just as easily as they kill you. No, you don't think so. And when it does happen, you're not here to go, oh, I guess they were right. Yeah, you're dead. Anyways, so yeah, you guys want to report on this, because the treatments, while they're widely popular, Botox and the stem cell therapies you all are doing and promoting like fucking crazy, and we know that those are riding on the coattails of other sick businesses people were concerned about years back. 2010, 11, 12, 12, 12, 12. So, yeah, it does carry serious infection risks when administered in unapproved settings or by unlicensed providers. Right, and that's happening a lot. Like we told you, those sales groups, they go around ready with their little briefcases right behind the marketers and sellers selling the jewelry and vitamins and all that other stuff, and they know exactly who is into that stuff, where to send the briefcase Botox people. Right, so you shouldn't do that, right? They're telling you shouldn't do it in an unapproved or unlicensed provider. That's just something they have to put on the box. Don't miss out. I'm not coming back. Oh, God. Right, so then they get the people in the popular positions up saying, oh, I got it. And they look great. I mean, it's like you're talking about healthy people that do the cardio, the fasting, and all of that. Either way, right? Yeah, and it does come with a lot of risks. I don't know, man. It's fucked up. People are fucked up. So they'll promote it, and then, so when people in the lower tiers of humanity, you know, most of America, and they know this, so why would you promote that stuff? Or even do it yourself? It's sick. I'm just asking. It's my opinion. I think it's fucking disgusting and disturbing, and it's one of the gravest issues that we're facing here. Yet, do you know that that stuff is what was spiking a lot of the infectious diseases, and then they were trying to blame it on people not vaccinating, calling us bad parents, putting our children into the hands of dangerous people because we're dangerous non-vaxxers in a psychosis, listening to terrorists and cuckoo doctors? You fucking psychos. Well, they call the ghost hunters and say a little boy probably deserved to be beat up in the tub, and he's a brat and probably deserved it. Have you talked to the mother? I don't have to. She's crazy too. Have you ever even met her? No, and I don't have to. I already know. If they're saying that, right? These people are fucked up, dude. They won't talk to people that go against their narratives. They don't like facing them because they know how fucking stupid and childish and ridiculous they are. Right, so when those people at those parties where you have these marketers and traveling bands of people going around promoting this other stuff, and they trust you because you sold them vitamins and you sold them jewelry and you're in business together. It's a pyramid. It's upside down. It all funnels down to you. Isn't it cool? Want some toothpaste? I got free samples. Yeah, exactly. And when you look at that too, right around the time Market America was coming through here, pretty popular. It was right around the time, you connect the dots, the main parent federation. We're having issues getting people to acknowledge the facts and concerns. Right, so the Market America, remember that Peter and Karen Caggiano? Their phone number was up in the parking lot at Shaw's. You know, I really didn't want to get involved with a lot of that stuff, considering everything going on. No, but when you look at the dots we connected, yeah, what was it? They wanted us to go on a cruise. They said Hulk Hogan was gonna be there. No. I like Hulk Hogan, but I ain't going on any of your fucking cruises, that's for sure. I know, and then when you look at what happened to poor Hulk Hogan and his son, didn't he get pulled over for a DUI a year before he died? That was sad. Making music, hanging out with prostitutes, real cool. Recovering prostitutes, they're victims. Jesus Christ. When you see it. Oh, I know, we better be careful, right, Mr. Rogan? Because we run our mouths, and it's our own fault if we get heat. Yeah, we like the heat, dude. That's what we've been telling you. We're worms. They're watching you. Watching us. Watching them. Watching you. You ever hear of internal affairs, motherfuckers? Right. So it's not a joke. These are the facts. And people need to wake the fuck up and start reporting on them. So, yeah, anyways, if you notice and you go back in that time frame, and you'll see the infectious diseases were spiking because of the bad Botox they were going around with. This is well known. There are huge infection risks when administered in unapproved settings or unlicensed providers. Well, it's not your fault. People are just going to take it out of a briefcase from these trusted salespeople connected to our sponsors. Yeah, no, you want to pay for the good stuff. Okay, so most of America can't afford that. Thank goodness, because everyone would probably be really sick if they went along with that like you did. Everyone is really sick. Not everybody. You know what? I haven't had a flu shot in decades. I did a vaccination detox in 2006. I had a really bad bacterial overload from years of bad diet and trauma, so to speak. My own fault, yeah, of course. Just saying, that's what happened. Oh yeah, I take full accountability. I'm not trying to blame anybody for any of that. I know they sometimes, when I just bring up what is, oh my god, and it's her own fault, and she, they're fucking psycho, dude. They need help. And they're probably not going to get it. They'll take it to their fucking deathbed and they can choke on it with all the other fucking dirt and grime they've been sucking down. Yeah, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, they are eating dirt listening to you fucks. You're just feeding them a bunch of fucking dirt. Thank goodness they have shovels. Right, so people were bringing up those concerns, and then they spiked all this fear with the non-vaxxers and started pushing out the stem cells because they knew the issues with Botox and that it was proven to be over time not a good idea. Well, how about we just do it for migraines? Push out for migraines. How about you take it off the market and stop doing that? The primary danger is not that the biological agents themselves cause the infections, but rather the contaminated products or improper, non-sterile injection practices induce dangerous pathogens into the body. Okay, so this is a couple sentences. You think y'all can handle that, or you don't want to because you just got your injection and you're telling people how great it is? You sick, nasty fucking pieces of shit. Anyways, do you understand the infectious diseases that's spreading? And you fucks want to target innocent non-vaxxers? While these punks fuck them and make child and animal pornography, it's another big business for you. You want to wake the fuck up and report on it? No, you don't. Do ya? So we're going to keep speaking out the best we can and hope that people who care actually report on the facts and stop promoting your fucking nasty bullshit. The contamination often happens at the manufacturing or processing stage before the products are distributed. Infections can also occur if the clinic uses poor sterilization techniques or non-sterile equipment. The culprits: outbreaks linked to unapproved clinics, including stem cell tourism facilities in Mexico, have frequently been traced to E. coli and Mycobacterium abscessus, a drug-resistant bacteria. Pretty bad stuff. Anybody want to report on that? It's pretty fucking serious. Right, and they fucking spiked their fucking fear propaganda with the COVID and bullshit and pushed out stem cells. Are you fucking kidding me? Roll out, boys. Roll out. What a bunch of fucking nasty pieces of shit. Patients had suffered from, I know, and then what they did with Norm Macdonald and the stem cells, and people were trying, remember 2017? Go back and look, dude. I don't even want to fucking talk about it right now. I'm pissed off enough. Patients have suffered from severe injection. It is very sad. Sometimes, you can be in an opposite kind of space, and instead of letting out anger and kind of putting it off to the side, might just sit in it and cry. We do that sometimes. It's really sad what happened with a lot of people. Yeah. Patients had suffered from severe injection site abscesses, blood infections, and dangerous joint infections, requiring long-term intravenous antibiotics and hospitalization. You want to fucking report on that? No? Only FDA-approved stem cell products, which are strictly limited to umbilical cord blood for specific blood and immune disorders. You people need fucking help. They're deemed safe and regulated. You can verify approved facilities and products using the FDA Cellular and Gene Therapy Product Resource. Right, so back in the day when they were just doing that stuff because they were growing organs, they were learning how to grow 3D organs, right? Try to make pancreas. They were growing hearts and all this other stuff. It's pretty cool. Can you make a human? 3D printing. Right. So, I mean, then, of course, when people start kind of making noise because of whatever, animal activists and different things. Yeah, it turns into, oh, well, it helps people with this rare disorder. It's all bullshit. Cosmetic use of Botox is generally very safe, but the risk of severe infection and adverse reactions spikes significantly. They have counterfeit products that get used. Injections are done by unlicensed individuals. Right, so when they're promoting it like crazy, and they know that most people don't have access to the high quality stuff they do, not to mention, right, you have, just like with the vaccine, some people are going to get sick and some aren't, right? Well, which ones are going to get sick? The ones with damaged immune systems from being over-medicated? Yeah, that shit damages your organs. It's well known and proven. You want to report on that? Right, so if you get some kind of injection with these pathogens and stuff like that, your system might not handle it as well as someone who doesn't have to see Western medicine doctors or went to the public school systems. Yeah, I mean, they have whole businesses. They make a lot of money on teaching people how not to wind up there and how to utilize all those audiences. There's 100,000 public schools. Let's do a readathon. They like reading. Yeah, what are they going to say about that? Fuck your readathon. Bullshit. I think it's fucking bullshit. Anyways, much love, health, and peace, everybody. I hope the proper authorities here in Augusta, Maine, do what they're supposed to do to help these kids and report on the facts. We are going to go to music class, and then we're going to go to reading class. How about you?
Senator Susan Collins.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, see you at soccer. I'd ask if your mom was bringing us to soccer, but she's dead, ain't she? Much love, everybody.